Today we shall continue with the preparation part. Okay, so I told you before, preparation of LDIs and ketones is quite a long topic. Okay, and the last topic actually which we were discussing was we were discussing about Rosenmann's reduction. We are discussing this particular topic. Okay, Rosenmann's reduction. Okay. And as I told you, Rosenmann's reduction is an indirect method for the conversion of carboxylic acid to what? Aldehydes. Okay, so Rosenmann's reduction में क्या था? We started with an acid chloride, and this acid chloride it can be easily prepared from the corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, so acid chloride, yes, when it is treated with hydrogen, palladium, barium sulfate, what do we get? We get aldehyde like this, right? Okay, and as we know, this acid chloride can be easily prepared from the corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, this acid chloride can be easily prepared from the corresponding carboxylic acid. Okay, and I also explained you why carboxylic acids cannot be directly reduced. Why? Because if carboxylic acids are reduced directly, then the final product is going to be 1 degree alcohol and not your aldehyde. Okay, so that was the problem. Okay, so this was about Rosenmann's reduction. Now today we shall know, okay, whether we can prepare corresponding ketones starting from acid chloride or not. Let us see. Okay. So yes, let us start with acid chloride. Let us start with an acid chloride, this RCOCl. Okay. Now, when acid chloride is treated with this reagent, R2-CD, it's known as a dialkyl cadmium. There are two alkyl groups denoted by R dash. Okay, so this particular compound is dialkyl cadmium. So what do we get? We get, so RCO part from here, we have RCO. Fine, and one R group comes from your alkyl group. One R group comes from your alkyl group. So we have the corresponding ketone like this. R C double bond O R dash. Okay. Now, if you need to balance it, there are two R dash. So we take 2 moles of ketone. So 2 RCOCl, and in the process we get cadmium chloride. In the process we get cadmium chloride. Okay. So yes, ketones can also be prepared, okay, starting from your acid chloride. So acid chlorides can be converted to your corresponding ketones. What is the reagent? The reagent is dialkyl cadmium. As for example, if I start with your acetyl chloride like this, it's an acid chloride. Now you guys tell me, this acetyl chloride, it can be obtained from which acid? कौन सा acid से obtain होगा ये? We can prepare acetyl chloride starting from which acid? From acetic acid, is CH3COOH. So CH3COH को SOCl2 से treat करो, OH will be replaced by Cl. Okay. Now when this is treated with say dialkyl cadmium, say I'll take diethyl cadmium like this. I'll take diethyl cadmium. Okay, dialkyl cadmium. So what is the compound obtained? Okay, so I'm not balancing it now. So CH3CO from your corresponding acid chloride and one alkyl group from your dialkyl cadmium. So what is the alkyl group? Ethyl. The alkyl group is a ethyl group. Okay, the alkyl group is a ethyl group. The alkyl group is a ethyl group. So what do we get? C2H5. So C2H5 we can write it as CH2 CH3. We can write it as CH2 CH3. Okay, so when acid chlorides are treated with dialkyl cadmium, we get the corresponding ketone in this way. Okay, so one alkyl group comes from acid chloride, CH3CO part, okay, comes from acid chloride, whereas one alkyl group comes from a dialkyl cadmium. So if I balance it, you'll get CdCl. Fine. Now similarly, if I take this C6H5COCl, what is the name of this acid chloride? It's benzoyl chloride. Its name is here benzoyl, benzoyl, benzoyl chloride. Okay, so this is a acetyl chloride. This is a benzoyl chloride. Okay, so when benzoyl chloride is treated with dialkyl cadmium, for example, dimethyl cadmium. Fine. So yes, what is the corresponding ketone we get? What is the corresponding ketone we get? So C6H5CO and one alkyl group comes from a dialkyl cation, that is just CH3 in this case. So what is the name of this compound? 6H5COCH3. Its name is a benzophenone. We have a phenyl ring out here. Right? C6H5 means we have a phenyl ring. Okay, so if I draw the structure of this compound, it will look like this. So C6H5 is actually a phenyl group. So I have C double bond O CH3. So I get acetophenone. So not only aldehydes, okay, ketones can also be obtained starting from your acid chlorides. Okay, but the name of this reaction is not Rosenmann's reduction. A Rosenmann's reduction is this. These are not Rosenmann's reduction. This reaction actually does not have any name. Okay. So if I ask you this question, say, how are you going to convert, say, acetic acid to acetone? Okay, acetic acid to acetone. So it's an indirect question. So what will be my process? So first I'm going to convert this carboxylic acid to corresponding acid chloride. Reagent kya hai? SOCl2. Chalo, fine. So what do I get? I get CH3COOH will be replaced by Cl. What am I supposed to prepare? I am supposed to prepare acetone, CH3CO, CH3. Now, yes, you guys tell me, you are going to tell me which dialkyl cadmium will you employ out here? कौन सा dialkyl cadmium use करोगे? You are going to use which dialkyl cadmium? Tell me. You are going to employ which dialkyl cadmium? Okay, CH3CO group to yahan se aaya. So one methyl group. This methyl group must come from your dialkyl cadmium. So what will you use? We must introduce a methyl group. So we will use dimethyl cadmium in this way. Fine. So acid to acid chloride to acetone in this way. Okay. Is it clear? Yes, is it clear, all of you? So yes, both aldehydes and ketones can be prepared starting with your acid chloride. And acid chloride, again, I'm telling you, acid chlorides are prepared corresponding from your corresponding carboxylic acid. To prepare benzoyl chloride, benzoic acid use karoge. To prepare acetyl chloride, acetic acid use karoge. That's it. So simple. Okay. Now, this dialkyl cadmium, we have dialkyl cadmium. Cadmium is a metal. Here, metal is directly connected to a carbon atom. What are these classic compounds known as? Where we have a metal carbon bond, these class of compounds are known as organometallic compounds, just like a Grignard reagent. Just like a Grignard reagent. Okay. So Grignard reagent mein, yes, we have a metal carbon bond out here. So in dialkyl cadmium, we have a metal carbon bond. So now the question arises, can't we use a Grignard reagent then? Why are we using this dialkyl cadmium? Is it possible to use Grignard reagent? Let us understand this question. Okay. So instead of dialkyl cadmium, if I use Grignard reagent like this, if I use Grignard reagent, I'm using Grignard reagent. Fine. Because Grignard reagent and dialkyl cadmium, it belongs to the same class of organometallic compound. So if I use Grignard reagent, then I'll get ketone. Ketone to milega. So why are we using this dialkyl cadmium? The problem out here is this ketone will further react with Grignard reagent. The ketone will further react with Grignard reagent like this. The ketone will further react with Grignard reagent to give you what? To give you what? We have done this to give you tertiary alcohol. So the reaction does not stop out there. Fine, we are getting the desired product ketone. We are getting ketone, but the reaction does not stop out here. Okay, what happens? Furthermore, the ketone which is formed will further react with Grignard reagent to give you tertiary alcohol. That is why we cannot use Grignard reagent in this synthesis, right? Okay, what is the reason? Because the Grignard reagent will further react with ketone to form what? We have done this in the alcohol chapter. The ketone formed will further react with Grignard reagent to form a tertiary alcohol. That is why Grignard reagent cannot be used out here. Okay, is it understood? Fine. So these are the methods of preparation of aldehydes and ketones from your acid chloride. Okay, now here let us move towards here another set of reactions. Okay. So to begin with, we'll start with your Stephen's reduction of nitriles. Right? So these reactions are really important. Right? Stephen's reduction of nitriles. Stephen's reduction of nitriles. Stephen's reduction of nitrile. Okay, what is a nitrile, by the way? What is the functional group in nitrile? The functional group in nitrile is a CN group, and we know carbon and nitrogen are connected by a triple bond like this. Okay, so these are known as this class of compounds are known as a nitrile. So whenever we see nitriles, yes, we know nitriles, so it can be produced from alkyl halides. We know that thing. Okay, so I'll discuss it later on. Now, what is the reagent used out here? The reagent used out here is SnCl2HCl. This particular reagent, we use this particular reagent. What is the reagent? Stannous chloride and HCl. Why this particular reagent? Why do we choose this reducing agent when we have so many other reducing agents? So, what is the logic? Now, actually, what happens? SnCl2 is going to react with HCl to form SnCl4. Now, if I balance chlorine, then I must balance it by writing 2 out here. So chlorine is balanced, you see. Now, how many hydrogen are liberated out here? So in this process, your 2 nascent hydrogen are liberated. Nascent hydrogen means 2 atomic hydrogen are liberated. So if we employ this particular reagent, then these 2 reagents will react and it will liberate 2 nascent hydrogen atom. Okay, 2 nascent hydrogen atom तुम्हारा liberate होगा. Okay. Now from the chemistry, whatever chemistry we know, what will happen to this nascent hydrogen? Triple bond. So these hydrogen will be added across the triple bond like this. Okay, for example, R, 1 hydrogen out here, triple bond will get reduced to double bond, 1 hydrogen out here. And this class of compounds are known as imines. This class of compounds are known as imines. I-M-I-N-E-S. This class of compounds are known as imines. Okay. So remember, we must choose this particular reagent, not any other reducing agent. We can't use lithium aluminum hydride. We can't use this hydrogen nickel. We must use this particular reagent, okay? Because this will only react to produce 2 nascent hydrogen like this. Now these imines, when they are boiled with water, when they are treated with hot water, boiling water, water ke saath boil karo, what do we get? We get CH3, or we get, I have written R out here, I'll get R, CH. This whole thing, NH will get replaced by O. So yes, nitriles to aldehydes. Kitna step lag raha hai? Okay, this reaction actually occurs in 2 steps. So this reaction actually occurs in 2 steps. Okay, fine. So what is Stephen's reduction? The reduction of nitriles to aldehydes using SnCl2 and HCl is known as a Stephen's reduction. Got it? Now, say suppose if I use propane nitrile out here. If I use propane nitrile, fine. Now I use the reagent SnCl2 HCl. Now we know in the process 2 nascent hydrogen are liberated, 1 hydrogen out here, 1 hydrogen out here. So what do we get? We get CH3 CH2, fine, CH triple bond will get reduced to double bond NH like this. Fine. Now, if this is boiled with water, if this is treated with boiling water, water के साथ boil करो. So I have CH3, CH2, CHO. I get the corresponding aldehyde. So what will happen? CN group तुम्हारा CHO group में transform हो जाएगा. Okay. So you must remember this reaction. Now, indirect questions कैसे आएगा तुम लोगों को? For example, if you are being asked, how will you convert, say, methyl bromide to acetaldehyde like this? Methyl bromide to acetaldehyde. Suppose एक conversion आया, methyl bromide to acetaldehyde. So what is the main difference? Difference तो काफी सारा है, right? But the main difference out here is, yes, the starting compound has one carbon atom, whereas the final product has two carbon atoms. That means we must step up the reaction. We must add an extra carbon. Yes, I have been telling you time and again. Okay, I have been telling you time and again. How do you add an extra carbon to alkyl halide? What is the reagent? क्या है reagent? Yes. So any alkyl halide, when it is treated with alcoholic KCNA, we have been doing this in the first chapter. So क्या होगा यहाँ पर directly cyanide add होगा like this. Cyanide add होगा, बस एक carbon बढ़ गया as desired. Now nitriles को तो via Stephen's reduction we can easily convert this into aldehyde. Now carry out the reaction again. SnCl2 HCl. Fine. So we have CH3 CH double bond NH. One hydrogen out here, triple bond, double bond will reduce. Again, boiling water. What do we get? We get CH3, CH. Fine. This type of indirect questions might come in. Okay. So now, क्या है logic? If we start with a compound having one carbon atom less, alkyl halide, an extra carbon, CN group can be easily added to an alkyl halide by treatment with alcoholic KCN. Then further you carry out the Stephen's reduction. So not only aliphatic aldehydes like this, your aromatic aldehydes. So for example, if I start with your phenyl nitrile or cyanobenzene like this, right? Cyanobenzene. Okay. Now क्या करोगे? Again the same reagent. SnCl2 HCl, two nascent hydrogen. What do we get? We have CH out here, NH out here. Fine. Now water boil again. So this whole thing, NH group will get replaced by O. So we have CH double bond O, or I can write CH as well. Okay, so this reaction is known as Stephen's reduction. So not only this, we have one more reaction by means of which cyanides can be converted to aldehydes in a single step. Via Stephen's reduction, कितना step use हो रहा है? How many steps? Via Stephen's reduction, 2 steps. Na? So these days, questions like this tends to come in. Convert this into this, it's not more than 2 steps. चलो ठीक है, not more than 2 steps आएगा तो we can use Stephen's reduction क्योंकि 2 step में हो रहा है. But convert this to this in not more than 1 step. Okay, then we cannot use Stephen's reduction because Stephen's reduction is going to take 2 steps. Now, what is the reagent now? The reagent is DIBALH. What happens? In a single step, your cyanide will get converted to your aldehyde. So what is this DIBALH? It is the abbreviation of what? Which compound? कौन सा compound है? DIBAL. It stands for what? It stands for di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. It stands for this, a di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay, DIBL, di-isobutyl aluminium hydride. So iso means yes, we have this branching. We have done this in the nomenclature part. Iso means this grouping should be present. Butyl means yes, CH2. Diisobutyl means there are two isobutyl groups. We have aluminium hydride means this is the formula of diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay, so a formula might be given, eh? Abbreviation देगा तो ठीक ही है, but your formula also might be given. So it's better if you know the formula. We know what is a diisobutyl, मतलब पता है, aluminium hydride. Okay. Now you must be wondering why this complicated reagent. Why are we using this complicated reagent when we have a simple reagent essential to HCl? Now, what is the reason? Say suppose I have this compound, right? C triple bond N. So this is also a reducing agent. Hydride means it's a reducing agent. It will supply hydrogen. Okay. Now, what is the problem if I use SnCl to HCl? What is the problem? Who can identify the problem? What is the problem if I use SnCl to an HCl? Yes, what is the problem? What would be the problem if I use SnCl to an HCl? Anyone? Yes, who can identify the problem? If I use the earlier reagent, Stephen's reduction, what is the problem? The problem is there is a double bond out here and a triple bond out here, right? And we know addition हो रहा है तो hydrogen. So hydrogen can be added out here or added out here. It's a non-selective reducing agent. But if I use this diisobutyl aluminium hydride, it will not reduce the carbon-carbon double bond. The carbon-carbon double bond is going to remain unaffected out here, right? But diisobutyl, it acts as a selective reducing agent. Now it will no longer affect this double bond. The double bond will remain intact. But if I use SnCl to HCl, double bond भी reduce होगा, triple bond भी reduce होगा. However, if I use this diisobutyl aluminium hydride, then what will happen? The double bond will remain intact like this. Double bond will remain as double bond like this. Okay. Only what will happen? The nitrile group will get converted to CHO group. So, in compounds where the double bond should not be reduced, right? We have a double bond, ordinary reducing agent use करोगे तो double bond भी reduce होगा. But if we are used to prepare compounds where the double bond still remains intact, then we have to use this particular reagent, diisobutyl aluminium hydride. Okay, so this is the reason why. Right? Okay, so it acts as a selective reducing agent. So if the question comes, how are you going to convert nitriles to aldehydes in not more than one step? Thus, you give this reagent, kani khatam. Okay, so CN group gets converted to a CHO group. Fine. So this diisobutyl aluminium hydride, it is used to carry out the partial reduction of esters. Partial reduction of esters. Partial reduction of esters. Okay, so esters are also reduced, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you one ester. Okay, long chain ester, right? So I have 10 CH2 groups like this. C double bond O, O CH3. So I have a COO group, it's an ester. So what will happen? If I employ this reagent, diisobutyl aluminium hydride, okay, so CH2 whole 10, then I'll be getting C double bond OH like this. I'll get the C double bond OH. So diisobutyl aluminium hydride, very useful reagent. It converts your nitriles to your aldehyde in a single step. It does not affect the double bond. Okay, and it also carries out the reduction of esters. Okay, it also converts esters to aldehyde in this way. Got it? So any questions still here, guys? Aldehydes and ketones starting from Grignard reagent. Okay, from Grignard reagent. So the next topic is going to be from Grignard reagent, from Grignard reagent. Okay, from starting from Grignard reagent. Okay. Let us see. Now, starting compound, I'll be taking HCN, fine, hydrogen cyanide. Now, if I use this Grignard reagent, methyl, magnesium, bromide, I'm using this Grignard reagent. Okay. Now, before going into detail, just let me know what is the positive and negative part in Grignard reagent. You should be knowing this thing. What is the positive and what is the negative part in Grignard reagent? Chalo, bata do. Which is the positive and which is the negative part? Grignard reagent में क्या किया था पहले? Yes, Grignard reagent में metal, this is the positive part, negative part, and CN group, you know, nitrogen is highly electronegative, so this group is also polar in nature. Negative, positive. Okay, nitrogen ज्यादा electronegative है. So addition reaction law का क्या होगा? Addition, negative part will add to the positive part will add to the negative part. And during addition, we know the triple bond is going to get reduced to double bond. So CH3 is getting added out here. Triple bond, double bond reduce hoga. We have N negative, MgBr positive like this. So simple I'm carrying out the addition. Negative part to the positive, positive part to the negative. Triple bond is getting reduced to double bond. Triple bond reduce हो गया तुम्हारा double bond बन गया. ठीक है. Now, if I hydrolyze this, in presence of an acidic hydrolysis, then again out here, this whole thing in MgBr will be replaced by oxygen. So what do I get? CH3CH double bond O. What will I get? Final compound CH3C double bond OH. I'll get aldehyde like this. Okay, from Grignard reagent. So the alkyl group has come from your Grignard reagent. So depending upon the aldehyde you need to prepare, you can select the appropriate Grignard reagent. So if I want to prepare propanol, you'll be using ethyl magnesium bromide. Here CH3 group है, so I'm using CH3 MgBr. यहाँ पर अगर C2H5 group है, तो I can use C2H5 MgBr. This alkyl group has come from your Grignard reagent. So reaction of hydrogen cyanide, okay, with appropriate Grignard reagent will give us the aldehyde. Now the other one you can easily do it on your own. Now instead of hydrogen cyanide, I have alkyl cyanides like this. I have alkyl cyanides. Now I treat this with your appropriate Grignard reagent, CH3 MgBr. Now I'll apply the same logic out here. Same logic ही होगा obviously. This is the positive part. This is the negative part. Fine. This is the negative part. Nitrogen is very much electronegative. This is the positive part. Negative will get added to positive, and positive कहाँ पर add होगा? तुम्हारा negative में add होगा. So what do we get? CH3. I have single bond C. यहाँ पर क्या add हो रहा है? CH3. Triple bond reduce होके double bond होगा, and यहाँ पर N negative, MgBr positive. We get this. Now, when this is further hydrolyzed in presence of an acidic hydrolysis. Okay, when this is hydrolyzed in presence of an acid. So what will happen? Again, same logic, this in MgBr part is going to get replaced by O. So what do I get out here? CH3, C double bond O, CH3. I'll get this compound. So yes, Grignard reagents, when it is treated with hydrogen cyanide, it gives us aldehyde. However, on treatment with alkyl cyanides or alkyl nitriles, when it is treated with alkyl nitriles or alkyl cyanide, we get the corresponding ketone like this. Okay. So there are many methods of preparation. So number one reaction of preparation of aromatic aldehydes and ketones, it is known as a Etard's reaction. E-T-A-R-D of stuff is Etard's reaction. Etard's reaction. Okay, again, it's a very important reaction. Let us see why. Okay. So Etard's reaction में the starting compound is your toluene. If I start with toluene like this, the starting compound is toluene. Okay, so reagent यहाँ करना Etard's reaction में क्या use करोगे? We use chromium chloride in either carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride medium. In carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride medium, it is used as a solvent bus. The main reagent out here is chromium chloride. Okay, so what happens? Toluene will get directly converted into a aldehyde like this. Bus, देखो. ठीक है. Now, so थोड़ा सा question अगर twist कर दे. If the question is twisted a little bit, if I twist the question a little bit and ask you to prepare benzene to benzaldehyde, कैसे करोगे? Benzene to benzaldehyde. Now I know at the back of my mind, हाँ, toluene मुझे पता है. Toluene को I can easily convert it into a benzaldehyde. Yeah, toluene I can easily convert this into a benzaldehyde. ठीक है, toluene. So this is a very famous conversion in a board level. But मान लो, if the question says not starting from toluene but starting from benzene, how will you convert benzene to benzaldehyde? कैसे करोगे? Yes, any suggestions from your side? Is it possible to convert benzene into toluene? Now we have been studying this reaction quite a bit, right? Yes, Pratyek, tell me, what is the reagent out here? What is the reagent? Benzene to toluene. What is the name of the reaction? We are introducing an alkyl group in benzene ring. What is the name of the reaction? The name of the reaction is very famous. We have done it more than 10-20 times. Very famous reaction right from chapter 1. Its name is your Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, right? So we are introducing alkyl group. So if I want to introduce methyl group, I must use methyl chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. I'll get toluene like this. Okay, methyl benzene to methyl benzene or toluene like this. Now I'll carry out the same reaction. CrO2, Cl2 in either carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride medium. So toluene gets converted into a aldehyde like this. बस indirect method. देखो benzene to benzaldehyde बन गया. पहले benzene to toluene, then Etard's reaction. So not only toluene, you can use other alkyl benzene as well. For example, say suppose I start with here ethyl benzene. Okay, I use ethyl benzene. Now, what if I treat this with the same reagent CrO2, Cl2 in either CS2 or CCl4 medium, not slash or, this will be or. क्या होगा यहाँ पर? Now, just look at the last alkyl group where we have a methyl group. So यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? Methyl convert हो गया CHO बन रहा है. So here also this CH2 group will remain intact. Just the CH3 part will get converted to CHO part. So we get 2 phenyl ethanol. So this is the functional group 1, 2. So 2 phenyl ethanol. So ethyl benzene to 2 phenyl ethanol. So क्या होगा? Etard's reaction में there can be other chains as well. So the end chain, that is the CH3 part, the end part, the alkyl part, CH3 part. Okay, CH3 part will get converted to a, which part? It will get converted to a CHO part like this. And this reaction, very famous reaction, is known as a Etards reaction. Okay. Now, so the name of this particular reaction is Etards reaction. The name of this particular reaction is a Etards reaction. ये particular reaction का नाम है तुम्हारा Etards reaction. Now, look here. So I'm starting with the same compound, toluene. Toluene ही use कर रहा हूँ मैं. Now these, now I'll just change the medium. Right? What is this compound? What is this compound? CH3CO. I have one oxygen connecting to CH3CO. What is the name of this compound? What is this class of compounds? This compound, as we know, it is named as acetic anhydride. So when the solvent is chlorine, carbon disulfide or carbon tetrachloride, the name is known as Etards reaction, but here I have changed the solvent to acetic anhydride. Okay, and here an intermediate compound is also formed. An intermediate compound is formed. CH, okay, OCOCH3, OCOCH3. So you must remember, and remember, this complex, it has a brown color. A brown colored complex is formed. A brown colored complex is formed. ठीक है? So just solvent का difference है. यहाँ पर solvent है acetic anhydride. Now, if I hydrolyze this in presence of an alkali like this, OH negative, then obviously the final product is going to be CH. यहाँ पर भी वही हो रहा है, CH3 ultimately CHO में convert हो रहा है. Okay, but here, yes, it differs in the nature of the solvent used. Here the solvent used is acetic anhydride, chromyl chloride in acetic anhydride. Okay. Okay, so you must, in simple words, you must remember this particular formula, formula of the Brown complex. Okay. बस ठीक है. So now there are just one or two reactions. Let me complete this. So another reaction, it is known as a Gattermann Koch aldehyde synthesis. Okay, Gattermann Koch aldehyde synthesis. So it's a one-step reaction. It's very easy. You just need to remember the reagents. So यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली हम लोग बेंजीन से स्टार्ट करेंगे. बेंजीन, CO कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, ठीक है. Then I use HCl mechanism. I am not doing the mechanism. It's not there. Anhydrous AlCl3. So what do I get? I get again benzaldehyde. देखो ऐसा रिएक्शन आ सकता है. How will you convert benzene to benzaldehyde in a single step? दो स्टेप में तो via Etards reaction or via this reaction. But if the question comes particularly, how will you convert benzene to benzaldehyde in not more than one step? How will you convert benzene to benzaldehyde? How will you convert benzene to benzaldehyde in not more than one step? So you will be using this reaction. It's known as a Gattermann Koch aldehyde synthesis. Right, it's easy. Now, so in all these methods, you must be wondering, we have only prepared aromatic aldehydes. not aromatic ketones. So एक भी aromatic ketone हम लोग ने prepare नहीं किया. Okay. So is it possible to prepare aromatic ketones? Let us see. Okay, you know the reaction already. You know the reaction already. Benzene, acid chloride, anhydrous AlCl3. Benzene, acid chloride, anhydrous AlCl3. Okay, benzene, acid chloride, anhydrous AlCl3. Okay. What is the name of this reaction? Yes, again, very famous reaction, which is known as your Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. Eh? Okay, acyl chloride. So here RCO group will be introduced into the benzene ring. So here this group, acyl group means COR group will be introduced into the benzene ring. So yes, what do we prepare? We can prepare alkyl phenyl ketones. We can prepare alkyl phenyl ketones. Okay, now you complete the reaction. Eh? Now again one question had come. What is the electrophile which is generated out here? The electrophile which is generated during this reaction is a acyl carbocation ligase, RCO positive. This is the electrophile which is generated during the reaction. Eh? Okay. Now please complete these two reactions now. Kindly give me the product. So benzene, acetyl chloride. Fine. Anhydrous AlCl3. Benzene, okay, so acetyl chloride. What is the name of the second compound? Benzoyl chloride. Eh? So what is the carbocation generated electrophile? CH3CO positive. Here C6H5CO positive is the electrophile which is generated. Eh? The name of this compound is acetyl chloride. Fine. So which group will be introduced to the benzene ring? COCH3. Ketone. Bus. Here CO C6H5. We have benzene. यहाँ पर C double bond O C6H5 means this. Eh? Okay. So the name of this compound is acetophenone. Name of this compound is benzophenone. Acetophenone and benzophenone. Okay. So देखो aromatic ketones form via Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. तो देखो ये सब reaction तो पहले कर चुके हैं हम लोग. We have done these reactions beforehand. We have done these reactions beforehand. Now see. So this you have done in class 11. Suppose we have an alkene X. And these alkene on ozonolysis followed by treatment with zinc water. Yes, it gives us a mixture of carbonyl compounds. So it gives us acetaldehyde, ethanol, and it gives us acetone or propanone. So we know alkene ko ozonolysis karoge to we get a mixture of carbonyl compounds. We have studied that in the earlier class. Now here we'll think something opposite. Eh? Now, when the product of ozonolysis are given, if the product of ozonolysis are given, how are we going to predict the structure of the starting alkene? Okay, alkene diya hai, so we can easily predict this. I have taught you, right? Now, ulta karenge hum log. So, first we'll write down the product. Now, we'll write down the two products in such a way that the CO group faces each other. दोनों ही carbonyl compound का CO group faces each other. Now, what do we have? We have one methyl group. Then we have one hydrogen. I have one methyl group. I have another methyl group. I'll write in this way. So what is the you have to write in this way. Don't use your own brain. You have to follow this procedure. नहीं तो नहीं कर पाओगे. Simple ये देगा. Write down the structure in such a way that the CO group faces each other. And what do? You simply eliminate this oxygen and connect the two carbon by a double bond. So what is the structure of the starting alkene? I'll start writing from here. CH3 bond. I have CH. This and this will be connected by a double bond. I have C, one methyl branching obviously, and one methyl group like this. Bas. So this is the procedure. Okay. So this compound on ozonolysis and followed by treatment with zinc water will give you this. ये तो सिखाया था मैंने. क्या करोगे? डबल बॉन्ड क्लीव होगा. यहाँ पर डबल बॉन्ड हो कीटोन, यहाँ पर डबल बॉन्ड हो एल्डिहाइड. उल्टा कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Okay. Fine. So this was there in your class 11 if you just recapitulate the things. Now suppose ये question ये boards में आया था. Boards में it is the board question, board level question. Fine. Now 2 moles of acetophenone are obtained. Sorry, not acetophenone. 2 moles of cyclohexanone are obtained. And you have to predict the structure of the starting compound X. So what is X? So as soon as we see this reaction, we come to know that yes, we are talking about your ozonolysis reaction. The ozonolysis reaction. How are you going to predict the structure? 2 moles. Now I'm going to write down the structure in such a way. That the CO group faces each other. The CO group faces each other like this. ना यहाँ 2 मोल है, यहाँ पर 2 different compound था, यहाँ पर same but 2 moles है. So now simply I'm going to eliminate this oxygen. O2 हटा दो. Now what will be the structure? बस. So yes, oxygen हटा दो, दोनों compound को double bond से connect कर दो. So this is the starting compound. So please keep this in mind. Please keep this in mind. Okay, so from alkenes, ozonolysis, we get a mixture of carbonyl compounds. Now here we are doing the reverse thing. Carbonyl compounds are given. We are predicting the structure of the starting alkene. That's it. Okay, now eventually we have completed. Okay, finally we have completed the preparation. एक ही बार में this topic will be crystal clear. Okay, just listen. Okay, just listen, just concentrate for a few more minutes. Now see, both aldehydes and ketones contains this functional group C double bond. Yes, aldehyde में भी ये होता है, ketone में भी ये होता है, right? Now, do you think the CO group is polar in nature? Is there any? Will there be any charge difference? Yes or no? Yes, absolutely it's polar. Why? Because carbon, we know it's very less electronegative, whereas oxygen is highly electronegative. So this oxygen will pull the shared pair of electron towards itself, thereby acquiring a negative charge, and this carbon positive charge. So this we say it's a nucleophilic center. Well, since it has a positive charge, okay, so there's a high probability that the nucleophile will attack this positively charged carbon, because nucleophiles are known as a negatively charged species, or species having a lone pair, high electron density wala species hai. So it will attack the positively charged carbon. Kyun attack kar raha hai? Because it is positively charged. पॉजिटिवली चार्ज क्यों है? क्योंकि पोलर है. Why polar? Due to electronegative difference. Now, as soon as this happens, these pi electrons will be displaced towards oxygen. So there is a shifting of electrons. There is a shifting of electrons. What is this electron displacement known as? So these electronic displacement, as you have studied earlier, is known as a electromeric effect. It is known as a electromeric effect. So what is electromeric effect? The displacement of shared pair of electrons towards one of the bonded atoms in presence of an external reagent. Okay, you don't need to know all this, but yes, I'm telling you. Remember, electromeric effect, it occurs just in the presence of a reagent. ये nucleophile नहीं होगा तो यहाँ पर electron पूरा displace नहीं होगा. Electron displace होगा only in the presence of a nucleophile. It's a temporary effect. Okay, we say it's a temporary effect. Now, so what happens as soon as the nucleophile attacks the carbon atom? So we have C, oxygen, oxygen में negative charge आ जाएगा. Nucleophile forms a bond. Now, what are the major changes we see out here? What are the major changes we see out here? Let us see. Okay. So one of the major changes which we can see is here the carbon atom is double bonded. So it is sp2 hybridized having a bond angle of 120 degree. But as soon as a nucleophile forms a bond, ये तो तुम्हारा tetrahedral हो रहा है. So it's sp3 hybridized having a bond angle of 109.5 degree. The bond angle will be 109.5 degree. sp3 hybridized bond angle 109.5 degree. Okay. So there is a change in hybridization. So nucleophile add हो रहा है. So this class of reactions are known as nucleophilic addition reactions. Okay, so aldehydes and ketones, they undergo what type of reaction? Nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay, so first step में क्या रहा है? Nucleophile is added to this carbon atom. So here just remember 2 points. Number 1 point, the reactivity. The reactivity, okay, depends upon the ease. The reactivity depends upon the ease with which the nucleophile, the reactivity depends upon the ease with which the nucleophile can attack the carbonyl carbon. Number 1, the reactivity depends upon how easily, okay, the reactivity depends upon how easily the nucleophile can attack this carbonyl carbon. Okay, now I'll give you some compounds to start with. Say as formaldehyde, HCHO, then acetaldehyde, CH3, CHO, then acetone, then say benzophenol like this. So I've given you 4 compounds like this. I've given you 4 compounds. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've given you 4 compounds. Okay. So what is the logic? The reactivity depends upon how easily this nucleophile can attack this carbon. Now, between 1, 2, 3, and 4, where do you think the nucleophile can easily attack the carbonyl carbon? In which case? कौन सा केस में the nucleophile can easily attack the carbonyl compound 1, 2, 3, or 4. Where do you think the nucleophile can easily attack the carbonyl compound amongst these 4 compounds? Again, I'm repeating. Just एक चीज याद कर लेना, the reactivity depends upon how easily the nucleophile can attack this carbonyl carbon. That's it. I've given you 4 different compounds. Now here we see there are 2 small hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen, that's smallest atom. So the nucleophile can easily attack out here because there is less steric hindrance. These small hydrogen atoms will not block the path of the incoming nucleophile. But as the size of the alkyl group increases, what will happen? It will become more difficult for the nucleophile to attack this carbonyl compound. That means as the size of the group increases, with the increase in steric hindrance, as the steric hindrance increases, the reactivity towards nucleophilic addition decreases. Okay, so remember the fact that as the size of the alkyl group increases, as the group becomes more and more bulky, steric hindrance increase होगा, nucleophile को तो ये attack करना पड़ेगा. So as the size of the alkyl group increases, okay, as the steric hindrance increases, the reactivity towards nucleophilic addition reaction will decrease. Simple. So what is the order of reactivity? Yes, 1 will be most reactive, followed by 2, followed by 3, followed by 4. Another way in which we can explain is, in the first place, tell me, why do you think the nucleophile is attacking this carbon atom? Because it is positively charged. But as the number of alkyl group increases, the alkyl group to तुम्हारा electron donating है. So as the alkyl group increases, what will happen to the magnitude of this positive charge? Alkyl group to electron donate कर रहा है alkyl group को, मतलब carbonyl carbon को. So what will happen? The magnitude of the positive charge decreases. ये positive charge decrease होगा तो कहाँ से nucleophile attack करेगा? So the second factor on which the reactivity depends upon is your electronic effect. Electronic effect. Okay, so as the plus I group increases, plus I मतलब electron donating group. कौन सा electron donating group आता है? कौन सा category of compounds? Alkyl groups. As plus I group increases, the reactivity will decrease. The reactivity decreases. So this is the logic. So I've explained you in details. Now you should be able to answer the question and answer. Say, okay, you are in a position now to answer me the questions which I'm going to post it today itself. Okay. So let's end this class with a last question. Okay, listening. Okay, listen to this question, then I'll just. So question says, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones towards, okay, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones towards nucleophilic addition reactions. Explain. So copy the question. So aldehydes are more reactive than ketones towards your nucleophilic addition reaction. So let us see the logic. Why? So first, let me draw the structure of an aldehyde. This aldehyde मतलब CH group होता ही है. Ketone is this. So yes, the reason is very well understood क्योंकि aldehyde में हमेशा एक छोटा सा hydrogen atom होता ही है. Okay, so there is one small hydrogen atom. So steric hindrance काफी कम है aldehydes में, ना? Due to the presence of small hydrogen atom. Whereas in ketones, bulky alkyl groups है, दो alkyl groups. Okay, so yes, we can explain it easily. Okay, so number one explanation here, due to presence of a small hydrogen atom in aldehydes, there is less steric hindrance in aldehydes as compared to ketones. Number one. Is understood. So छोटा सा हाइड्रोजन है, इसमें स्टेरिक हिंड्रेंस काफी कम है, तो न्यूक्लियोफाइल आराम से यहाँ पर अटैक कर पाएगा. सेकेंड, क्या है तुम्हारा? एल्काइल ग्रुप में दो इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेटिंग ग्रुप है. Okay, so the presence of 2 plus I alkyl group, the presence of 2 plus I alkyl group in ketones reduces the positive charge on कार्बोनिल कार्बन है. व्हाट इज अ कार्बोनिल कार्बन? ये जो कार्बन है इसको कार्बोनिल कार्बन बोलते हैं हम लोग, CO. द प्रेजेंस ऑफ 2 प्लस आई ग्रुप्स ना, दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनेट करेगा इसको, तो इसका पॉजिटिव चार्ज काफी हद तक न्यूट्रलाइज हो जाएगा. द प्रेजेंस ऑफ 2 प्लस आई अल्काइल ग्रुप in ketones reduces the positive charge on carbonyl carbon, making it less susceptible for nucleophilic attack. Making it less susceptible for nucleophilic attack. Got it? So these are the two reasons. So number one reason, due to presence of a small hydrogen atom in aldehydes, there is less steric hindrance. Number two, the presence of two alkyl group decreases the positive charge out here, making it less susceptible for nucleophilic attack. Okay, so this question is quite common, okay? So aldehydes are, these two reasons, aldehydes are more reactive than ketones towards your nucleophilic addition reactions. Okay, so this is it. So yes, I'll be posting you some